Good morning to Dr. Nosatulavanti. We are from Group 7. Today, we are going to present our fertigation mini project. My name is Yegley, and my matching number is 21249. In this fertigation mini project, we plant water spinach or Icomo atletica, and in Malay, we call it as pangkong. Water spinach is a fast-growing vine plant in the family of Convolvulaca. Because of the hollow, floating stems, the plant, which is endemic to Southeast Asia, grows in soil, along river banks, and above water in subtropical to tropical climate. Water spinach grows rapidly, averaging 10 centimeters per day, and then grow to a length of more than 2 to 3 meters. Next, what is fertigation? Fertigation is a technique of supplying dissolved fertilizer to crops through an irrigation system. When combined with an efficient irrigation system, like drip method or irrigation, both nutrients, type and quantity, and also water, volume or rate can be manipulated and managed to obtain the maximum possible yield of marketable product from a given quantity of these inputs. Why fertigation is used? This is due to a regular supply of nutrients reduces fluctuations in nutrient concentration in soil. The second one is because efficiency utilization and precise application of nutrients according to the nutritional requirements of the crops. The third one is fertilizers are applied throughout the irrigated soil volume. The last one is nutrients can be applied to the soil when soil or crop conditions would otherwise prevent entry into the field with conventional equipment. So next is objectives. For objectives, the first one is to understand the basic of plant nutrient. The second objective is to establish the appropriate transplantation stage. And the third one is this one: weeds, pest damage, disease, and nutrient deficiencies in crops. And the last objective is to understand and learn the fertigation method. That's all from me, and I will pass the presentation to my next member.
Good day, everyone. My name is Tan Kai Hong, and my metric number is 211059. So I'm going to present about the fertigation methodology. The first step of the fertigation process is preparation of planting media. So we have to prepare the materials such as seedlings, scissors, hand scopes, cocoa peat, polybag, and others. For the method before transplanting is we have to select a plant, and then the plant must uniform, healthy, and having 3 sets of true leaf. So the second step is seedling transplanting. So we must make sure that the seedlings are healthy, which are no sign of yellowing, real abnormal, retard, or too thin compared to others. So the plants also must have 3 sets of leaf, and the age of the seedlings depends on species. However, for leafy vegetables, the 7 to 10 days old seedling is sufficient for transplanting. The third step is site preparation. So you must make sure that there is a gap between the 2 bricks and familiarize with the fertigation system such as the EC value and pH value. So the fourth step is prepare planting medium and stock solution. So you have to place the cocoa peat 3/4 of the way into the poly bag, and demonstration of making stock solutions such as acid and alkaline to control the EC and pH value. So basically, the pH value should be 5.5 to 6.5, while for the EC, 2 days after transplanting should be 0.8 to 1.0, or for 9 days after transplanting is 1.1 to 1.3, or for 21 days after transplanting should be 1.5. And the solution must be stored in a suitable place. So the fifth step is transplanting. So before transplanting, we have to dig a hole in the growing medium and make sure that the hole is bigger than the root cluster of the seedling. And we must carefully take out the seedling from the germination tray and make sure that the root cluster is attached to the cocoa peat. And then we must carefully place the seedling inside the hole and cover it back by cocoa peat. And we must make sure that the seedling is straight by pressing the growing medium firmly. Do not press it too hard as it might damage the root, and irrigate the seedling thoroughly after transplanting. Irrigation should be done frequently during this initial stage. The sixth step is crop maintenance and pest management. So we must use a module for pest management and put some yellow sticky traps around the area. And after that, we must explain the common pests for the leafy vegetable, such as sticky bug. And then we must monitor the plant health. So the seventh step is post-harvest. So the harvest crops by using scissors and hand scopes, and then pull out the entire water spinach from the soil. And after harvesting it, collect it and transfer it under the shade to reduce heat. So the last step should be site cleaning. So we must clean all the material from sites and make sure that everything is clean there. And we clean the polybag and return it to the class monitor and make sure that the planting around is clean. So I think that's all from me. So thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Jabir. My entry number is 212389. So I will present about our result of our fertigation. So we transplant our plant on 10th of May 2022. Throughout the 5 weeks, we observe the crop. And as you can see in the chart in the slide that show our crop's average height from week 1 to week 5. We also provide picture to see how well our water spinach is growing. And our crops grow significantly where the average height on week 1 is 4.7 cm, then week 2 10.2 cm, followed by week 3 19.7 cm, and after that on week 4 32.3 cm, and lastly on week 5 is 43.3 cm. This is because our crops we can say that this is because our crops receive sufficient of nutrient and good care from all of us. And fortunately, we managed to harvest our crops on healthy condition. So we harvest together with doctor and classmates on 9 in the morning on 14th of June 2022 with weight of our spinach total 1,350 gram. So I can conclude that we successfully to observe and keep our crops very well as all our crops in polybags are in good condition during the harvesting. And next result about nutrient deficiency. The first nutrient that we managed to find out is sulfur, where the green hues turn to light green leaf color. We managed to detect this deficiency on week 2 onwards. Next, we notice nitrogen deficiency, where symptoms are trend growth and the plant remain in small size, where nitrogen deficiency detected starting on week 4. Next is insect or weeds and diseases present throughout during our fertigation project. Sting bug, Monomena flavescens are the insect we found out. These tarnished plant bugs also cause holes in the leaves, which enlarge with the leaf often in somewhat symmetrical pattern on the two halves of the leaf. This could affect delays in harvesting, but we managed to harvest on time. And other than that, weeds that present is wild vine. We remove it immediately because we can reduce leaf crop yields by direct competition for nutrients, water, and light. Lastly, the diseases present to our crops are leaf spot that caused by fungi, but some are caused by bacteria. Short holes are the effect comes from the insect or environment factor, and downy mildew that caused by microscopic fungus-like organisms. And that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Hamizan Birazali and my matrix number is 211538. Thank you Jabir for the explanation of our result. I'll continue with the discussion of our report. Based on the slide, we had a few discussions which are nutrient deficiency, pest and weed, and also diseases. Firstly, nutrient deficiency. We had sulfur, which is light green leaves. This happens when light green leaves turn into pale green vines and there are no blemish. The second one is nitrogen. When it grows has been slowed, the color of the leaf is extremely light. When the light green leaf stand upright in a severe deficiency, the skin of the leaves appear burnt. Next, we move to pests and weed. The Monema flavescens can cause a lot of holes in the crop's leaves. After that, we also have sting bug. They can bite into the plant and eat the sap. Next, I'll tell you about the diseases from our project. The first disease is leaf spot. It can make leaf necrosis and death of cells or tissues. The second disease is short hole. It makes numerous holes result of severe infection, making leaves look tattered. The last disease is downy mildew. It is a yellow spot on cotyledons and leaves which enlarge over time and become tan in color with a dry texture. I can conclude our discussion is every week we need to observe the condition of the crops to ensure there are no damage symptoms appearing to our plants. Then unhealthy plant conditions such as yellowing or whittling leaves need to be observed every week. Last but not least, monitoring pH and EC levels of fertilizers must be monitored daily to ensure our crops have adequate fertilizer. I think that's all from me, and I'll pass the mic to the next presenter. Thank you.
Turning to the last part of the presentation for this subject, we as a student will be able to identify and learn the types of soil, the nutrients or fertilizer needed, the pest management, and gain knowledge in manage and harvest plant. In addition, there are some recommendation and improvement for this project. First of all is controlling of EC and pH value. Other than that is the pest management. That's all from our group. Thank you for listening.